Morning's End, their drummer was working at Guitar Center, and I went there to buy some cymbals, as you do. And as you do, you get talking about, and he was like, yeah, I'm in this band called Morning's End. I was like, hey, and a guy named Skylar. And then, so I went and saw them at Skyway. Only time I ever saw them. But it was like them and, crap. What the hell's their name? Something with an N. I'll think of it later. But yeah, they're really cool. And then like within probably a year and a half after that, they broke up. And Skylar is also doing, I believe he's the vocalist for a band called I Destroy.
I'm not.
It was a little bit more like hardcore.
Okay, cool. Man, it always sucks like discovering a band and like either they're already been broken up for a while and like fuck, or if like they just break up. So that's really disappointing.
Yeah. So hey guys, how's it going? We're recording. Minnesota Midwest. What am I calling this? Midwest Music, Volume 4, Episode 4, with Collin. And again, if you don't know Collin, you should, because he seems like a cool guy. So how are you? How was your day?
Pretty cool, man. It was pretty typical. All I did was fucking work, and I'm gonna do this, and then head to the space.
Nice.
Do some practicing.
Do some jamming? Nice.
Yep, solo dolo. So.
God, I wish I had a space. I had a space to do that. That's next on my list, is to find somewhere to jam.
I absolutely love it. It is very convenient. I grew up on a farm out in Carver, and so I would just like bring my drum set into the barn and play. And in the winter it sucked because we didn't really have anything sort of heat, and so we just kept a really shitty drum set in there with broken cymbals, shitty stands. It was just shit equipment.
Yeah, just enough.
But it was just in you just got to play until you warm up in the fucking 10 degrees, shivering in the fucking barn.
That I've never done.
It sucked, but it fucking. I had a lot of energy. I needed to get it out somehow.
That is true. I think the coldest I ever played in was maybe 45 degrees.
Okay.
Which is still not ideal for playing, but but that's better than like 110.
Yeah, definitely.
Given the choice, I'd much rather play in 45 degree.
Totally.
So why don't we just jump right in and we'll see where this goes. So question one, as I say, is the question I cannot answer, is what was your kind of aha moment that you knew music was going to be part of your psyche forever?
Maybe it was because maybe when I got offered to jam with Tom, David was like, yo, you should jam with Tom sometime. And so him and I met up, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I wasn't very good, but I'm still, we're all students.
Oh yeah.
And so, I think it was when he was like, yo, do you know any Tiger Blue songs? And I was like, yeah, I've listened to the CD. I can play parts. And we kind of just hit it off, and we practiced again. And I was like, I really like doing this. And I was like, I think when I started jamming with him, I was like 18, 19, and I was still living at home, and I was like, Mom, what do you think? Like, would this be cool? And she was like, no, you can't do that. Like, you can't join a band. And I was like, hey, Tom, I don't know if like that would be cool. And he's like, so what? And I was like, yeah, you're right. So what? And so I did. And it was probably like one of the best decisions I ever made, because I don't see myself doing anything other than playing music or something like that. So.
Cool, very cool. Yeah. So did you have any formal training? Did you?
No, I did not take any lessons. So I started drumming when I was like 11 or 12. I saw my first drum set at my cousin's house, and who also lived on a farm, and it was just sitting in the middle of nowhere in the barn. And I was like, what the fuck? That thing was so cool. I've never seen one in real life.
Right.
And I hopped on, and I wouldn't say it was natural. Like, I didn't just like start going into a simple beat. It was just me hitting some things. I was like, this is a lot of fun. And so anytime we went there, anytime we'd go over there and hang out with our cousins, I would just run to the barn right away. And then soon, I think like David bought a guitar, the bass player. He bought his first guitar, and we didn't have a drum set. And so we've had like this tub of like Legos and like some old tin coffee cans. And we'd take like ice cream pails filled with Legos to different levels. So I had like 2 toms, I had 2 ice cream pails, and so I kind of just like had a makeshift little kit until we all pulled in, or they pulled in some money, him and his buddies, for like this low end PDP, and so that was my first real kit, and it was cool.
Which that leads into question 4, so that's okay. We'll wrap around to that.
I kind of skip around a lot. So
no, that's fine. It's crazy, again, this is going to be whatever it is.
Yeah, for sure.
I want, outside of these 7 questions, I want as little format as possible.
Cool.
So, but we are going to go these in order. What was the first album you bought with your own money? Or I guess you're
probably something really lame. It was probably something really lame, like Maroon 5 or something. No, I'm just playing. I think it was like, I think it was like a Sum 41 record. I think it was All Killer No Filler or something. So I think that was it.
Yeah.
I was really into pop punk and like something like that at the time when I was younger. And that was like, I think it was like 9 or 10 from like mowing lawn and stuff. So
yeah. See, and that's the thing. I think if I were younger, I totally would have been right in that scene too, because it's fun music.
It is. That's just like at that age, you're kind of into just like the catchy thing. So it makes you move.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of the whole deal behind Strike 13, my punk band. Is that's the stuff we're kind of playing. That kind of happy, kind of power pop kind of stuff. So. Yeah, and I never really latched down to that. I think because that was late 90s, early 2000s, I was probably getting out of my kind of classic rock phase that I was in for most of the 90s, because let's face it, the 90s music. And probably just getting back into like kind of newer metal at that point.
Okay.
So
you're
probably
cool, man.
Okay, what was the first concert you attended?
I was with my dad and my brother David. My dad bought all 3 of us tickets to Van Halen in 2012.
Nice.
I believe that was at Target Center. I prefer XL, but
I prefer XL too.
That was great. That was a great show, honestly. But my first concert where it was just like me and like friends and my brother David, we drove out to Joliet, Illinois, to see The Fall of Troy.
Oh, okay.
At I forget what venue it was at, but that was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever road tripped for a show. That's something I have to do at some point.
That is, dude, it's great, man. Get a good group of friends, man. Go see a killer show.
I mean, technically, I've been to like Somerset, where the first Northern.
Okay.
I don't know if that really counts, because it's like like what, 20 minutes away or something.
Oh shit. Is it really that close? Somerset, really?
It's fairly close. I mean, I know Hudson is like a half hour away or something like that.
Okay. I mean, sure, man. You went out of state to go to a show. My bad. Whoops.
And technically, I went to Forest Lake for a show too, so I guess that kind of counts. Being a city boy,
Okay. Did you grow up in Minneapolis?
Minneapolis, born and raised. I've never had residence anywhere else than Minneapolis.
Wow. Okay.
But I've lived South Side, whatever this is considered. I've lived north, northeast. So I've lived on
you've been
pretty much all sides, but
okay.
I've never resided anywhere other than Minneapolis.
Sure, man.
So we'll get back. What was your first kit? That
first kit? Yes. Oh, damn! I went a little too far ahead. Shit.
No.
My first kit was the makeshift one with all the fucking Lego buckets and everything, and tin cans. And then the other one was a PDP kit from Guitar Center.
Okay.
I think it costed like $350 or something.
Okay, so probably like the 5-piece, like
whatever. It was some ugly red color.
Yeah.
So, but that was my first kit. And I still have it. It's still sitting and rotting in that fucking barn.
Nothing wrong with that.
Anytime I go home and visit, I'm like, I'll be right down, or I'll be right back. I gotta go to the barn, and I'll wail on that thing for a couple minutes, and all of it's all out of tune. Whoa. Some of the heads are like the under layer is like cracked under the head.
Oh yeah.
And so it's just like a thump.
Yeah.
Yeah, and chewed up fucking cymbals. So, but still have it, man. Still have it.
That's I wish I could say that, because my first kit was actually a really good kit. It was a Ludwig Super Classic. 5 piece.
Damn, that sounds cool.
In red sparkle. In red sparkle.
Really,
which
I like that.
Hated ever since.
What?
I cannot stand red
A
sparkle.
red sparkle?
Yeah.
Like, damn. Okay, like John Bonham kind of sparkly red kit, or was it like a?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. I like sparkle kits, man. I do it. I do dig it.
Well, technically, because my one of my kits is a PDP, the black to silver fade, the X7 all maple.
I wonder if I'd see. I don't know if I've seen that before. Okay, go on.
But so technically that's a sparkle, but for some reason, just the red sparkle just didn't.
Not your thing, huh?
Not my thing. And then after that, I got a clear Ludwig Vistalite that I paid about $200 for at Music Around.
Wow! Do you put lights under it, like colorful lights?
I didn't. I was 20 or 21 when I got that.
Say about me, man. I'm 23, brother.
Well, I know, but it was different back then, man.
I suppose
that was like 1995.
Yeah, you're right.
Man.
Okay, yeah, I was born that year. Forget anything I say, man.
Okay, what was your first band?
The first band I ever joined was Tiger Blue.
Okay.
And I was 19 at the time, and that was also the first band. Yeah, like that was my first tour when I was 19, and so it was more like Midwest kind of thing. We went as far south as Texas, and we played shows in between like Oklahoma, Kansas, and Iowa, and then we shot over to like our Ohio show got canceled, so did our Pittsburgh show, and then we played in Chicago at this place called the Mutiny Bar, which is now shut down, and then we made our way back to Minnesota from there.
Well, so that's more states I've ever visited.
It is so much fun. Dude, touring is it's a mouthful, honestly. Like, tour is crazy. You have a lot of ups and a lot of downs. But in the end, once you get home, anytime I think about it, I'm like, God, I'd love to do that again.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I've never really done.
Okay.
Out of all the bands and all the shows I played, I played shows in Minnesota and I played shows in Wisconsin. And that's it.
That's so cool. Some people just don't leave the States, either, whether it's like they don't want to or they can't, or like... You know, so it's a cool opportunity. Where in Wisconsin?
So I was in this metal. Yeah, that was like a metal cover band in probably 1997, give or take.
Oh, cool. And
we played this place called The Tack, which was 7 miles outside of Amory, Wisconsin. If you're familiar with.
No.
Amory, Wisconsin is a little itty bitty town in the middle of nowhere. And this place was 7 miles outside of that.
Okay.
Literally surrounded by nothing.
Population like 400 or something?
Probably, give or take, yeah. Like, going up northern Minnesota. But, and we did a total, of 5 shows there. I think we did a Saturday, and then we did 2 Friday Saturdays. Playing to pretty much no one.
Okay, the 5 people sitting at the bar.
Pretty much, yeah. And then we had a few of our dedicated fans, probably 3 or 4 that was in front of the stage, which was fine, except for this was a place that could probably easily hold 600 people.
Oh, and you felt real small then.
Oh, real. So, and they had, the big system and the big lights. It was it was just
what are we doing here? Where is everyone? Yeah.
Because nothing to absorb it. So it sounded terrible.
Oh, shit.
There was no one there, but we got paid. I think we got paid. And when we were there on Friday, of course, there's Friday Night Fish Fry, so you can't argue with that.
That sounds awesome. Did you guys give you free food?
They didn't give us free food, but it was still cheap enough. I mean, I think it was like $5 or $6 for pretty much all you can eat fried fish and some sort of potato product.
Cool, man.
So it's like, get all greased up before the show, and then
over
for 3 hours. It's kind of awesome.
3 hour set.
Oh yeah, because we were the only band, so we did three sets.
No. Oh, okay. So it was chopped up.
Well, yeah.
Play an hour, take a break.
Yeah.
It's like
your average
1 hour sets.
Yeah, your average cover band.
Okay.
Set. And the first Friday Saturday we did. This is a fun story. We played Friday. so we started at like 9 or whatever, got done at 12:30 or 1. We videotaped the whole show.
You still have it?
No.
Oh,
I wish I still had
just
that
lost in the tape.
I mean, I'm sure one of the other band members have it, and I'm actually Facebook friends with him. I should ask him about that. So we were staying at a friend of, because there were 2 brothers in the band, and his friend of the brothers' trailer, where we were staying. So on the way out, we got a bottle of apple pucker.
Lovely.
Hey, I'm actually a big fan of apple.
Yeah.
Went back to the trailer, started drinking apple pucker, watched the entire show. So by this time it's like 4 a.m. Get to sleep, and I'm sleeping on like the couch in the living room. Wake up got awoken about 11:30 that morning to the sound of rifle fire. So I kind of get up and kind of remember where I am, and it's kind of like, okay, and kind of go outside, and so it's the trailers here, and there's like this big kind of pit behind, like this huge like open like pit.
Okay.
It's all grass and stuff, and then so I wandered out and found one of the guitar players beside the trailer, like shooting over this ravine, and it's like, oh yeah, that's right, we're in Wisconsin, people do stuff like this. Okay, that makes sense.
Especially when you said in the middle of nowhere. So yeah. Was he doing target shooting, or was he like? Was he going for this bird that he
I have no
eyeballed?
idea. I didn't see any targets, so I think he was just out there shooting for shooting's sake.
Yeah, morning.
Exactly. Like, as long as you aim it away from the trailer, we're all good. And then so literally we all got up and we went into town and had breakfast and hung around for a little bit, and then went back to the club and did the show. The one thing about doing 2 nights is that second night you get there and all your gear's already set up and everything's already sound checked, so you don't have to do anything.
That is lovely.
You do have to, and then we were fortunate enough we could tear it down the next day, so we didn't have to tear it down that night, which is kind of nice. So it was a nice little weekend in Wisconsin.
That sounds cool. Yeah. Awesome, man.
Yeah. So what was your first gig?
My first gig
you ever played?
Tiger Blue was at the Keller Bar in St. Cloud, right below the red carpet. And that was for first like 2 years of me being in the band. That was my favorite spot to go play at. Favorite spot. God, I don't really have a new. I think Lee's might be my new. Like that is my favorite spot.
Lee's is definitely my favorite spot.
Once the Triple Rock closed down, I was like, I really like playing at Lee's.
Yeah, Lee's.
Everything sounds great. The sound guy Anthony, I forget he has a girl that helps him out sometime. I forget his name, unfortunately. Great atmosphere, great spot, great location. Yeah. So yeah, my first show was at the Keller Bar in like I think we drove there through a blizzard or something like that. We played in the wintertime. We like to play there in the wintertime because school is in session, so hopefully it's more apt to meet people. And so yeah, that was my first spot.
Nice.
And I'm trying to cough away from the microphone. There's this, I forget what radio, they've got like this local like St. Cloud University like radio station where they play local music.
Okay.
We were, I can't remember who offered us that gig, but we drove out there for, I think it was like a Friday night or something, and played I think it was like a half hour or 25-minute set in this like cool little studio room at like one of the buildings on campus.
Oh, nice.
And they aired us, and so there's a video. I think you can check it out on YouTube. I forget what I think you type in like Tiger Blue, St. Cloud local. I don't even know what you're typing. Just wing it. Yeah.
Because I've never actually heard anything by Tiger Blue, so I'm gonna.
No. Okay. I was still new to the band, so I'm still like trying out new things on the drums and everything. I think you can actually, there's like a blatant blotch in one of my drum parts where it's like, yo, I don't know what you were thinking. But
hey, as long as you recovered and no one really noticed.
I probably didn't recover, and I noticed, and that's what matters to me most.
Well, see,
no, I'm kidding.
That's the thing, we notice.
Yeah.
As drummers, we notice, and your bandmates might notice, but the audience usually doesn't notice.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because there's a ton of times where I go, when I go see a band, and I'm like, yo, you guys are tight, and they're like, huh, really? I was like sloppy, and I was like, I'd hate to think that maybe I'm the one who's like not listening careful enough, but
and I mean, it depends on how much experience you have watching bands and whatnot, but like I when I go see other drummers, I am highly critical, especially when I see other drummers in cover bands, because like original bands, it's easier to just kind of let things slide, because you're like, well, maybe that's how the song goes and whatnot. But if you're seeing a cover band and they're playing songs that and they're playing this completely different part, or fucking up their timing or something like that, it's just like
okay, yeah, like if they're doing for like a cover band's sake, not like an original band doing a cover song and like making it their own thing, like that is something different. But
if you're going to see one of the dozens of cover bands,
I get that way sometimes too. Like if there's a certain song that they're playing where I know the drum part goes this way, I'm like, I love that part.
Especially if it's a fill or something you like, and you're like,
and they kind of like they kind of like jack out on you and like do something simple or just like something different for their own thing.
The only exception I found to that is, and he doesn't do it anymore, which kind of upsets me, because I actually adopted this part whenever I played this song. 10,000 Days, the Tool tribute band.
Yes, I haven't seen them live, but
if you're a Tool fan, you have to see them.
That would be awesome, yeah.
But when they did Sober, on the very kind of last, like 2 times around, whatever the ending was, after the final lyric, instead of just playing it straight, the drummer would go to like this tom thing, which is really, really fucking cool. So I was in Smudge at the time, which is my last metal cover.
Oh, right here?
Yeah. And when we did Sober, I started playing it like that because I thought it was really fucking cool. And when we actually recorded some demos of that, and I have a recording of me playing that, but then I went and saw 10,000 Days again, and he didn't do it, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Come on. So, no offense. I mean, anybody that can play an entire evening of Tool, and they go deep in the catalog too, and can pull that off pretty much flawlessly, I'm not going to argue with. I mean, yeah, if you're a Tool fan, go and see 10,000 Days. They're freaking awesome.
I'm sure their cover of what is that, 46 and 2. I heard, yeah, absolutely. My brother, he's seen them before. I think. I can't remember where he saw them, but he was very impressed.
Yeah. Now I haven't seen him with the new singer. I've only seen him with Marcus.
How recent did they get a new singer?
Probably. God, it's got to be a year ago now, something like that. Within the last year, I think, is when Marcus left.
I can't remember when he saw him. I feel like that was last year when he went, but. Sorry, I couldn't tell you, but it's got to be in the last year or two.
Yeah. So I haven't seen him with the new singer, but I'm sure he's phenomenal as well.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so yeah, if you like Tool and you're a huge fan of Tool, go see 10,000 Days. So, is Tiger Blue still in existence?
I don't really know yet, because we started doing Heal with Rob after so we took a break from. We were always kind of doing like a back and forth. We were never able to keep up both steady at the same time, like work on both projects. We always be like, all right, we're gonna take a break from this one.
Yeah, and then
on this. So we would lose grip on the other songs because we're like, oh, we want to play Tiger Blue. Let's book a show. we started practicing, and then we were like, oh, but we still have this Heal show coming up, and I was always just like, I would lose it on one song. I'd forget my part in a Heal song. It's like, how could I do that? So we're kind of we wrote a new song, or we're writing something right now. It's in the works, and we're just we're not really totally sure what we're gonna do for our next project, but we've got something going.
Yeah, because I was going to say most of you would probably know Collin from Heal, the band Heal. who I've only seen a couple times, but was really, really impressed both times.
Thank you, man. Thanks, I appreciate that.
Musically, it's awesome, and Rob just has that stage presence. Like, you cannot deny Rob stage presence. Man.
Rob's awesome.
Is in your face.
I love it, man. And his we call it his ego box that he likes to be on top of the stage that he jumps up on.
Every single singer has an.
And it's awesome. Well, like not even if it's a monitor. He's got his his light box. You see it with flashing lights.
Yeah.
And he colored in heel.
Yep.
That thing is that thing is fucking awesome, man. And so, yeah. So that's what we're kind of doing right now. We're kind of just in between the works of something new. So.
And he'll have.
And it's exciting.
One release or two?
There's two official EPs.
Okay, because I think I have at least one of them.
Is it the one in a cardboard sleeve?
I don't think I have a physical
CD?
copy of any of them.
Oh, okay.
I downloaded.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even think of bringing you any of my material.
And I don't have a heel T-shirt. I don't have nothing.
You don't have anything about us? I
just have the one downloaded EP.
Damn.
And I think I only have one. I'll double check that.
Next time, if you're going to a show this weekend, I'm like, I'll totally come out, chill with you, bring a CD or two.
This weekend, Saturday, I'll be at Lee's because it's the last metal show.
Is it really the last show? Okay.
And it's Semtex and Zenith Waves, Omega Sequence, Bray Road, and Wrath, I think, is the headliner. So that
sounds like a fun. Dude, I'm going to that, man. Whatever I got Saturday is getting canceled, and I'm going to that show.
Basically, anytime you can see Omega Sequence, they're fucking awesome.
Yes.
Anytime you can see Zenith Waves,
they were at the Taking Dahlia Broad show, weren't they? That was at Lee's, because that was the last time I had seen Omega Sequence. Maybe it's a different. I think I'm thinking of a different. I don't remember, but I saw them at Lee's like in the last couple months. And it was really awesome.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? You said Wrath?
And Semtex is awesome.
Semtex, I've seen
I have
them a couple times.
not seen Bray Road or Wrath.
Okay.
And I think those are both from out of town. I think Wrath is like from Chicago.
Wow,
I want to say. And I think Bray Road is from like Milwaukee. I'm probably wrong, so don't get up on my ass.
Okay.
But I know I know both of those bands are from out of town. So
cool.
That should be an awesome.
That's awesome that some out-of-state bands get the pleasure of experiencing Lee's Liquor Lounge before we say one last goodbye.
Yep. And hopefully with by this winter, sometime early next year, they'll be done with the construction and we can reopen it and we can just go on from there.
Oh, I guess I didn't even know that was.
As far as I know,
so I guess I'm not trying to spread any rumors or anything.
Oh no.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, everything
is supposed to get revamped.
Because okay, this is how it happened for me. Because one of the bands, Outlaw Saint, was supposed to have their CD release show there on the 24th, and we had everything set. Everything was good to go. About a week and a half ago, give or take, I got a call from James, the general manager, or I got a text from him saying, "You need to call me. This venue is closing as of May 15th." And I was like, "Okay." So I gave him a call, and he, explained that he didn't say anything about the light rail construction. Didn't say anything about it. He's just like, the city is taking my parking lot and they're closing Glenwood Avenue. Wow. So we're, and I'm like, oh, okay, because pretty much you have no parking lot, you have no access on Glenwood, you're pretty much done.
How much of Glenwood is it? Like just like that, like that one little block?
I have no
kind of area. Okay.
But if they're doing the light rail and the light rail is going to run down Glenwood, that's going to be a major project. I mean, that's going to take probably a couple of years.
Fuck that.
Or maybe a year. Hopefully less than that. And then the Facebook rumor mill started. Even before, and this was the day before the City Patriot article and the Trib article, and then I basically just reiterated what I heard directly from James. That's the only stuff I put out there. But then, probably about a week and a half ago, give or take, Lee's put out a statement saying that we're closing for now, but we're not going to let our liquor license lapse. So as soon as we can, we will reopen. Yeah, because we need that place.
We're losing places.
And because we're losing places left and right. And
I just said left and right, so
left and right,
might be hungry still or something. I don't know. Left and right, we're losing.
Yeah,
places,
I really should start providing like snacks.
Maybe a snack. I can do some munchies. If anyone has munchies.
And as I was telling people, it's like, it's a huge loss for the metal community, obviously, but Lee's is the only place where you could go and you have swing dancing one night.
Well, yeah, and there's I've heard there was an R&B band,
R&B band,
you
have cover bands,
blues, it's really cool. Each night is different.
The one place in the city that you can go and see everything, and we can't lose that. Because there's not a lot of places.
We gotta find a different subject. This is getting me all fucking. This fucking sucks.
Anyway,
like honestly, losing Lee's is gonna suck.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
I just discovered the place like this year.
Yeah.
So in like mid 2018 or like.
Okay.
Or I think Lee's Liquor Lounge or at the first. Where do you got that poster? The Mason Metal Fest. The first Mason Metal Fest. I think that was the first time I'd ever even heard or like been to Lee's Liquor Lounge. And so, like as soon as I saw it, I walked in. I was like, this is awesome. Yeah, this is great. And so
it's a perfect size. It's a perfect setup. Anyway, but we'll. So the other interesting thing about you, sir, is the fact that you're a lefty.
Yes,
and you're one of the few lefties on the scene. I think that.
Is there really only a few of us? I know there's us and Mike Moretsky from Trida. He's like, he plays on the like full opposites.
Yep. And then Dave from Blood War is also a lefty.
Yes, that is the other guy.
And I think those are the only three that I've seen.
I might have seen one more, but I can't think of one. I know
there's a couple. There's probably more, but
and there's a couple drummers who play a right-handed flipped kit. But they're open because
they're open. Which I've never been able to do. But.
My cousin, who kind of like showed me the ropes of like starting your drumming. He flipped the kit over one time and played it like differently, and he was still able to do everything. I was like, dude, how'd you do that? And he's like, well, I mean, like it's just something you like at that being at like such a beginner stage, like you're able to like. Kind of like teach yourself to do it open, and I was like, I should try that, and I was like, nope, not working. I hate this. I'm just gonna stick with what's comfortable, and so that's how I've always been.
Well, funny story about me is when I was born, and early stages of growing up, and I don't know, I think my dad told me this. He's like, me and your mom didn't know if you were going to be right or left-handed because I had tendencies for both. So actually, when I started playing drums, I actually started out playing left-handed.
Okay, like full-blown lefty,
lefty.
Crossover with left foot on. Wow.
And the one thing that convinced me to switch to right-handed was my dad was like, that's fine, but if you ever go to an open jam, they probably will not have the kit set up left-handed; they'll be right-handed. So if I ever ran across the left-handed kit, I could play. It wouldn't be great, but I could play. And I just have a lot of left-handed tendencies. Like if I were to play guitar, this is much more comfortable than this.
See, if I played guitar, I'd be right-handed.
You'd be righty.
It's really weird.
Interesting.
And I don't know if you ever disc golf before, ever. Okay, well I've done it a handful of times, and I can't I can throw it backhand with one arm, but not sidearm with that arm, and it's flopped. With the other side, so either way, if I throw it this way or that way, it's gonna curve one. I can only throw it one way, so I'm super stumped.
That kind of stuff is weird.
It is kind of weird how you're. I'm left-handed dominant, but some things I'm natural with my right hand.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. I think I'm right-handed dominant, but I have a lot of left-handed tendencies.
That's crazy.
So
and you write with your left, right?
I write with my right.
You write with your right. Okay.
Yeah. I can't do crap with my.
No.
As far as I can see.
You ever try throwing a ball with your left hand and you just look like a?
I have tried before, and I don't throw a lot of balls anyway. But I pretty much.
But when I was a kid, terrible. It's embarrassing.
So what are you using for gear with Hio? Because I've seen your kit and you have a really cool kit.
So I kind of combined the two that I use. So after So I used the PDP one for years, like when I was just drumming by myself, no band or anything. And then when I joined Tiger Blue, I saved up some money and bought this. It was like a 7-piece 1980s Ludwig rocker. Just like candy apple, cherry red, nasty, really flat color. I still have
sparkle.
it.
No sparkle.
No sparkle. No, dude, this is just a flat red color. And there was a couple of huge toms, and it was a 24-inch kick. And so I was really excited. I was like, dude, $400. Dude, I'm getting that
for some
piece. So and it was like the first one I bought with my own money.
Yeah.
Like all of my own money. And so, and then I used that for Tiger Blue forever. And then
with the full 7 setup. Or
no, sorry. Yeah, I guess I didn't go into that. No, I did not use all 7. There's a 15 by 15 that's supposed to be on the floor, but I put it up as a rack, and there's a 18 by 16 floor, and so I would just use those 2, and I had my own snare. I've got this. I think it's a 16 by 8 or 14 by 8. Oh shoot, I think it's a 14 by 8.
More snares are 14.
Yeah, thank you. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. 14 by 8 Ludwig. It's like a new style of Coliseum. You ever seen a Ludwig Coliseum?
Yeah.
Those things are fucking beasts. Yes, dude. And so I couldn't find one online, and so I was like, I went on to, what is that? Not Sweetwater. It was Reverb.
Oh yeah.
And for my birthday, I threw down, because it was like, it's an expensive snare, and so I just threw half down, and Dave was like, yo, your birthday's coming up, I'll do the other half. And I rocked that. And I like Sabian cymbals, so I use a 24-inch the AA Bash Ride, and then a 22 Groove Ride for a crash. Or I think it's a 21 or 22. And then I've got this 20-inch AAX. I can't remember what kind of crash it is, but it's a crash. I think it's called the Extreme Crash or something. I can't remember.
The Explosion?
Explosion Crash. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, I've got a couple of those. Yep. Not as big, but I've got a couple of those.
Yep. And what kind of pedal do you like? Bass pedal?
I've always used DW.
I've got a DW too.
Yeah.
Yep. Those things are really awesome.
And I found it doesn't matter unless you get into like the 9000 series. If you're doing, a 2 or a 3 or 4 or 5000 series, 7, they're all pretty much the same. They all pretty much have the same kind of feel.
Yeah, I've noticed that the 5000 has a little more resistance, and the 9000 is a little more buttery, kind of soft.
Yeah.
I got the 9000, and I'm very satisfied with that.
You a single kick?
Yep. I have a single kick. I think I'm gonna wait until I maybe not necessarily wait to get a double kick, but I want to get better, maybe learn how to do triplets on the single, because I know it's possible.
Oh yeah,
but
I mean that
I've heard people
that was Bonham's trademark was the triplets he could do.
I can't do triplets. I just do the double, the do.
Yeah, I can't do triplets. I can only do. I cheat, and I mean, the first pedal I had with the first kit I had was an old Ghost, the Ludwig Ghost pedal. Really old school. It's got it's very distinct.
It kind of looked like the Speed King, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what it is?
I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. I was 11 or 12 when I got that kit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then I used that, and I think the very first pedal I bought myself was an old school DW 5000 double.
Cool, man.
You
still got a double? You still use your double?
Oh yeah, okay, I've used a double ever since.
Cool. That's awesome.
Because
of course,
I've become addicted to them.
Yeah,
yeah. But okay, and for all you old people, because the normal double pedal, it still looks like 2 pedals. Way back in the day when DW first introduced them in the late 80s, I think when I got mine, you had what was called a slave pedal, which was this kind of like L-shaped platform that had, so you'd put your pedal on that, and then beside it had the second beater kind of bracket, and then you had the normal extension over here. So you could pretty much buy this thing and put in any pedal you had.
That's pretty cool.
It was annoying as shit.
Really?
Yeah. I much prefer the design where it's just like.
Oh, okay. What was the most like? What was so annoying?
Well, I mean the size of it, because the part on the bass drum was like that wide.
Okay. Oh, I suppose
because you had a whole separate like cam system. And then the beater over here was like bent. It was really kind of. That is look up like vintage DW.
Okay. Yeah.
Take a look.
They were back that far.
They were kind of funky, man. They were, but it was funny because when I ordered it, I ordered it from like musician's friend or something. I didn't realize that it didn't come with the main pedal, so I literally just bought like the slave unit, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? And I got it, and I was still living at home at the time, and I got it, and I'm like, okay, I guess I got to save up and I buy it actually with the normal pedal because I can't do anything with this. Because I think I'd already gotten rid of my Ghost pedal by that point. So I literally couldn't do anything until so that kind of sucked.
That did suck. Yeah.
But.
Damn, man.
But yeah. What do you have for hi-hats?
Hi-hats are they are Zildjian K's. I wonder if they're dark, I can't remember if they're the K darks or just the regular K's. I think it's just the K actually.
Okay.
14-inch, pretty standard. I do want to invest in some 16-inch hi-hats because I think I like that. I think they kind of cut more and they're
and the wash in them is so good.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Totally,
I would be. I don't think I'm quite up to using 16-inch hats yet.
No?
No, and in the projects I'm doing, I don't think it'd fit.
Oh, okay.
In something like Heel, it fits a lot more because it's just a bigger.
Yeah, I mean, everything I have is just huge. Yeah. It's insane. It's kind of crazy, but I think it works out well.
Mm-hmm.
When you need calls for a big spot on the toms, just give them good rim shots and they'll pound through, man.
Yeah. And then what do you use for sticks?
For sticks I use not Vic Firth. What's the other? Vader. I think I got Vader. Some Vader. It's like a 5. Not 5A. It's not 5B. I don't know. I use pretty lights. Like they're pretty generally light.
Okay.
Small. I used to. I never really, for a long time, I never understood like the importance of like finding the correct stick for yourself. And so when I was experimenting, I was like, God, maybe I just need these big ass like fucking tree trunks. And so I went and got like, I think they're Vic Firth rock ends or something.
Yeah.
And the dude, I got logs, man. I got these. It's insane, and they hurt. And so I don't use them. I don't use them ever. I will never.
You don't need. Yeah, you don't need big sticks to make a big stick.
No. And I was young and ignorant, so I was like, bigger sticks mean bigger hit. I must get, and so.
But what's funny, I mean, because bigger sticks like that, your rock sticks, your like 2Bs and stuff, they got some weight to them. If you move to like marching sticks, like actual like drumline marching sticks, those fuckers are light. They've got no weight to them. They're just they feel like nothing. Which I've always found interesting because they're like that thick.
Yeah,
but they have like
they're just super. Yeah.
I don't know
what are they made out of.
I have no idea. Okay. It's obviously not oak or hickory or any of the standard drumstick woods. But yeah, they're just really, really light and they're interesting to play. I've only used them once.
Okay. I don't think I've ever touched a pair of marching.
In high school, we kind of had a marching band. Basically, we had one band that covered all the band needs. I mean, we were the pit band, we were the jazz band, we were the concert band, we were the marching band. So yeah, and I think my either junior or senior year, the teacher got fed up and said, okay, we're actually going to learn how to march, and they brought in someone from like the University of Minnesota to actually like teach it. And we were out there at like 7:30 in the morning, in the parking lot, running the drills and stuff, and we're just like, this is dumb, no one cares. But yeah, we kind of sort of learned how to march for a little bit, and I think we did one like for the homecoming game because the field, it's just North High over North Minneapolis, and the field was, I want to say, 4 to 6 blocks away from the school. So we, for the homecoming parade, we kind of marched the 4 or 6 blocks. We kind of marched around the field and then took our place. And that was the only marching we ever did my entire 4 years there. So again, we technically had a marching band.
But you were able to. That is one thing I regret not doing is joining like band in high school or like in school, like, because there are tons of like really bitchin' drummers out there.
Oh yeah.
Who were like doing marching band like throughout high school, and they just got some wicked chops.
Oh yeah.
And that is something that I would like to work on, is like rudiments and paradiddles and stuff like that, which I'm not very experienced in at all. I'm kind of straightforward, more of a passion drummer.
Yeah.
I'm not very technical like at all.
Which in my mind, I think that's fine, because I think you could it's possible to get too technical and start to like really overthink things, and I'd rather just have, and again, no offense to any drummers, because I love all of that, but I'd much rather see someone who he's feeling it than someone who's thinking about, okay, what am I going to do in 3 measures?
Oh, okay.
Someone who's into it and not anticipating.
Okay.
I'd
yeah, totally.
9 times out of 10. I mean, some of the technical stuff is really fun.
Yeah, no lie.
Like,
no lie.
one of the last shows I saw at Lee's, the Glutton for Punishment, and I forgot who else was there, but there was like 3 death metal bands in a row, and this is the first time I sat on the side of the stage and actually watched the drummers.
I remember seeing you. I remember seeing you.
Yeah, and I think we had a conversation about it, and I'm like, because like.
They're fast. Those guys are fast, man.
That's a whole different level of technique. I mean, just the fingers, and then the blast and shit.
No, that would
and
make
then some
my
of
hands
them
cramp probably.
There's a bag of sticks right behind you.
You want me to grab you some?
Yeah, grab me one, because they were doing something that I between what they were doing on the snare with the blast beats and the thing with the feet.
Oh, these. Okay.
And the thing with the feet where they kind of do like the shuffle thing like that, and do like.
Are you talking about on the hi-hat or on
on
the bass drum? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's like a technique. It's not a heel-toe thing, but it's kind of like a weird, kind of like
a swivel
side shuffle where they're doing like double beats, and I'm just like watching it, just going, what the fuck? And then they'll do this thing on the snare where it's like, it's almost like I'll put it on the rim and almost like bounce it, kind of like that.
Oh yeah, Joe Mayer is like he's really fucking good at that with the whole fucking
Yeah,
I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but yeah,
I think so.
Okay,
I think so. It's kind of a.
But they get it's like.
Yeah, it's a weird technique, and I'm just like, dude. But then I think we talked about this too. It's like, and that's all good and fine. That's awesome. You can do that, but can you play like Back in Black, and make me believe that you're feeling it? If you can, and you have that range. Awesome. Yeah, you're king. But yeah, I don't know. Again, I think it is possible to get overly technical. Again, it's impressive as hell, some of the stuff these people can do.
Right, but
if there's no feeling behind it, if you can't,
like if you're playing with other people to make like a piece of music, just doing what's going to complement the other musicians, like complement their parts. So that's important, right?
Yeah, you have to play to the song.
So that's awesome, man.
So are you someone who kind of locks in with the bass player and more like a rhythm section guy, or just kind of playing whatever works?
I suppose I really just try my best with any of that. If we all agree that David and I should, that my kick should be kind of mirroring his bass parts. Then definitely we're all for. All 3 of us are very much so like we like that tight locked in feeling. But there are times where we're jamming on a part, and we're just kind of just repeating it over and over, and I'm just kind of experimenting and like doing different beats and just hitting different things just to see what I can do to complement and what I can think of. And a lot of times I do find myself just like thinking, oh, this sounds great, but like if we were to record it on our little Tascam, I'd probably be like, yo, that sounds terrible. So, and trial and error is definitely like that. That's I'm all about just weeding out all the bullshit and just finding the best spot. So I do want to get more into the idea of us recording whatever we're jamming on, and just for all three of us just sit and listen to it and think about like what do we like about each other's part,
and kind of dissect
and just kind of go from there and see what we can all come up with.
Now, are you a player that once you have kind of a part for a song kind of set, do you always play it the same, or is there any
certain spots I'm like, this is the way I want it?
Okay.
And there are certain shows where I'm just like not thinking about it enough until like I'll play something different, like, oh, what the hell? But for the most part, there's spots that I keep the same, and other parts I'm like, you know what, I can't decide which part I like more of mine. So at this show, I'm gonna like, if I feel like busting out this chop on this part at this show, then I'm all about that too.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not too military about that kind of thing. I'm not too military like that. So
yeah, no, that's good.
What about you?
I'm.
Are you pretty good at disciplining yourself on like beats and stuff?
No,
not really, my dude.
Well, I mean, in playing with Off to the Astronauts and having to play cover stuff, that was a great lesson, just because it kind of forced me to kind of think that way.
Yes.
Playing 90% of the same songs every show, but I mean, I'm one of those odd drummers. I don't think I've ever set up my kit the same way twice. Like close, but little minor variations.
Totally.
Because I mean, just recently I started using a rug and taping, where stands go and stuff like that.
Yeah, markers.
Locks. Okay. But other than, before that, I never did.
Or like memory locks.
I never used.
I don't think I own any.
Well, every stand you buy should come with a memory lock.
But I lose them, so it must have been locked.
Take them off.
Yeah, and so
you shouldn't do that. And so. But yeah, so I've never, and very rarely will I play a song the exact way twice. Like 90% of it will be the same.
Like you're saying, like as a song, like a song as a whole, like
as a whole.
Yeah, okay.
But there are certain fills that
you keep
probably will change, however I'm feeling that day, or I'll add something else in, or depending on the crowd, depending on your
mood or whatever you just end up doing like by accident.
Exactly. And yeah, so and it's really not very common, I think, that you run across a drummer that is like that. Like most of the drummers I know, especially when you get on the more metal side, it just makes sense that you're just gonna have a part and be locked into a part, because watching somebody like Sean from Omega Sequence and now Echoes of the Fallen, the stuff that they do is so technical, he couldn't vary if he wanted to. But he is, if you come out on Saturday, definitely watch him if you haven't before, because he is just a freaking monster. Though it was funny because I talked to him after the last show that we saw when he was playing with Echoes, and he was like, so could you tell that I was trying to catch my breath the entire show? And I'm like, no, I couldn't tell at all. And he's like, yeah, from about the second song on, I was just,
wow.
And I'm just, because I literally just watching him the entire show because he's fun to watch. And I couldn't even, he looked good, confident, look how he's smiling, having a good time. And I'm just like, wow, that's impressive, man. That's, yeah.
Funny, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude. The little I've talked to him, he's a good dude. But, yeah. Shit, what else? What else can we talk about? Who, if you had to do a top 5 favorite local bands, who would be on that list?
Fuck, I don't know. Shit, man, I really don't know.
Well, then just throw out some of your favorites.
I really dig Trida. Trida's probably, they're probably like my favorite. I can say that. I really like, there was a band, they're broken up now. I think it wasn't called Hate Beast, was it? No.
Hate Beast is still around.
It's something.
Beast Face is still around.
Oh man, I can't. It was you know David Mutter. It was an old project that he was in. Because I know he's doing My Zero and Wolf Mask right now, and I dig both of those.
Yeah,
you guys haven't listened to those?
Both of those are really
check them. Both projects are sweet.
Yes, I would agree.
I forget what his other project was before that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we played with them at the Poorhouse, some weird show, man. But
one of those like
I think there was like, oh man, I can't remember what show it was. It was like a from like midday. It was like an afternoon into
one of those
gigs.
Yeah,
but that was
weird.
That was the first and only time I've seen him play with that project, and I had a ton of fun watching him, man.
Okay, I will have to look that up.
Yeah, they're real cool.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm Facebook friends with him, and I know about Wolf Mask and My Zero.
My Zero, those I really dig both those projects.
Yeah. I'm seeing, next time I see My Zero will be at the Gabriel and the Apocalypse CD release show.
Where's that?
At the Gaboos, I think.
Sweet. That'll be a sweet show.
There's a bunch of other bands on there that I know, and I can't think of any of them right now, of course.
Next weekend?
What is that? The 25th, so not this weekend, not the next weekend.
Okay,
I know My Zero's on that show. I'll look it up when we end this, because it's a pretty killer lineup.
Sweet, man.
And if you order the tickets through the GATA merchandise store, I think they're only like $10.
Oh, that's super awesome.
Yeah,
very very doable. Very doable. What about you, man? What are some of your one of your favorites?
Hex Vortices is always
in no particular order.
No particular order, man. And unlike what people think, I'm not just a metal guy. I like more things besides metal.
I can't consider myself a metalhead like in the slightest.
No.
I do like metal, but
I mean, metal was the first music that kind of attracted me. Like when you're breaking away from what your parents listened to and you're kind of finding your own thing.
Okay, cool.
That was the direction I went. True, it was the mid '80s, so it was Van Halen and Motley Crue and eventually Poison and all that stuff.
Awesome, man.
And then that very quickly turned to like Testament and Slayer and all that stuff. But then by the early 90s, I'm listening to a lot of like 60s stuff. I'm rediscovering Hendrix and Jefferson Airplane and
The Doors.
The Doors. Oh God, I love The Doors.
Yeah, absolutely.
And all that stuff. And then I went through a phase. I mean, I still, Black Rose are still one of my favorite bands of all time.
Okay.
And like Black Rose, Lenny Kravitz, like that mid 90s, right around the time you were born.
Lenny Kravitz, isn't he coming to town soon?
He might be. I kind of lost track of him after a while.
Okay,
but his first like 4 albums are absolutely incredible. Gotta get him.
Cool, man.
With that whole kind of mid 90s, 60s kind of revival hippie thing. And then after that, I went through like a David Bowie period and a Pink Floyd period, and that's when I started buying a crap load of CDs and became a completist. So I have like almost every single David Bowie CD, almost every single Pink Floyd CD.
You got more CDs in it? I'm sure you probably got some fucking...
I had a collection. Yeah. I actually sold them all.
Oh.
Because I have them all digitally.
Okay.
But I probably had a collection of 1,300.
Wow.
Give or take.
That's wild.
Man. Like a good portion of this wall was CDs.
I prefer having a physical copy of whatever music I'm listening to. I don't use like streaming.
I don't do streaming
like I'll go like if I'm like at home chilling, and there's just something that I want to listen to that I don't have this like a physical copy of. I'll YouTube it, but I'm not like one to like torrent or like download it legally.
No.
I usually do my best to to buy the CD.
Yeah, I mean, when I was still buying CDs, because I mean, literally,
or tapes or vinyls, I'm into it all.
Yeah, I would get paid every 2 weeks, and I'd go to Cheapo every 2 weeks.
Cheapo is
and
awesome.
Spend anywhere from $50 to $200 every 2 weeks,
dude,
which is how you amass a collection of 1,200 CDs.
It's a love-hate thing for that place, because I'm always like, I'm just looking for this one CD, and I find 13, and I'm like walking to the register.
You find 13, and it's not the one you went in there for.
Yeah,
it never is. But now it's because I would get them, and very rarely I would actually listen to the CD, because I'd throw it on my computer. I need to listen to it on there, or transfer it to my phone or MP3 player or whatever. Because I don't think I had a stereo for a long time.
Okay.
But I had it but I still had the physical just in case, something happened and I had to reload everything, and so I still had the physical copy. But then I went through, after moving twice, and I was still with my ex at the time, and close to half the stuff we moved was books, movies, and CDs. And you put a crap load of CDs in a box, they're fucking heavy. So after we moved in here, and after we broke up, I'm like, if I ever move again, I really don't want to move all these CDs again. So I sold all of them. And now the only physical copies I buy are local stuff or regional stuff or that kind of stuff. And I'm actually getting a fairly good local regional collection. But
is there a certain shelf? Do you have it organized at all, or is it pretty scattered?
The top shelf is all the stuff, all the kind of national stuff, I guess, that I couldn't sell.
Sure.
Because they're either dubs or whatever. But the next 3 shelves, I think, is all local and
wow, man, holy cow!
Yeah, and I have so much more than I
don't even think I have half that many local. my local set is probably from touring bands and bands from around here.
Yeah.
I got, I don't know, maybe like 30 or 40, maybe 50, but been broke as fuck lately, so I'll go to the show and have a couple drinks, and hopefully that goes to the bands too. I don't know if does money that you spend at the bar go to
only depending
bands?
on where you are.
Oh, seriously?
Like if you play at the Hexagon.
How about the Terminal?
The Terminal.
Or do they just do? Do they just?
They just do a cover. They just do a cover. But I think you can set what your cover will be.
Okay.
It's usually $5, and I think out of everything you make, the bar gets they get a chunk of it, maybe 10% of it.
Well, I got to start putting a budget on my checks from work and just be like, all right, this is when I go to a show this weekend, because I want to go to I try to make it. I've been starting to try to make it to one show a weekend at least. And last weekend, I regret not going out Saturday, because I think Wolf Mask was at Lee's. Or I think Wolf Mask had a show. Or My Zero.
No, Wolf Mask were at Eagles 34.
That's where it was.
There was also a show at Lee's. There was also a show at the Hexagon.
No, last weekend was huge.
And I didn't go to anything Saturday night. And
I
went out Friday night.
Yes, we did, didn't we?
Yes, we did. We saw
we were at the Terminal,
and we saw
Sin 7,
who was awesome. And March in Arms.
Yes.
Who were freaking incredible. They were cool. They really impressed me.
They were cool.
And talking to them afterwards, they were really cool too.
They were nice dudes.
They were very nice.
I talked briefly to the drummer, and I believe he was the singer.
I talked to the singer. I bought some merch off of them.
They're cool.
Hopefully they'll be back around, because I like them dudes. But then as you get older, you'll discover you can't do, your head says, let's go do this, and your body's like, no, we're not doing that. I was going to go, I think I was going to go to the show at Lee's Saturday, because where'd it go? They're on this wall somewhere, but there's a band called Synonyne.
Synonyne, never heard of them.
Spelled Cynn. Yeah, these guys. ANNWN. It's like Gaelic or something. But they haven't played a show in 2 years. So last Saturday was the first show they played in 2 years. And I saw them probably at the last show they played before. And I actually found them on a zero budget 2015 compilation. They have one song on there. which I was like, dude, they're coming. I got to see them. And so put on an awesome set. It was at Lee's. And the fun part was, because I'm a merch hound anyway, is that they were having, and this probably explains, they were having kind of a clearance on all their merch. So from them, that show is the most I've ever spent on merch. I think I spent like a 78 or 79 bucks. But just from them alone, I got 2 t-shirts, 4 CDs, and like some stickers for like 18 bucks.
Sweet.
Which is unheard of.
That's amazing. Unheard of. That's amazing.
But I got their entire catalog and a couple t-shirts, and I'm like, yeah, when they come again, I have to go see them. So I missed them on Saturday. Next time they're playing is on the 24th, which is the night of the Outlaw Santee release show. So I can't go to that show. So hopefully you're back for a little bit.
Yeah.
And this summer I can come and see you again because you guys are awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was favorite show you've played and favorite show you've attended?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. It's kind of tough. I think my favorite show might have been when we played for a band called Jucifer at 7th Street Entry.
Okay.
Where it was us, Witch Den.
Okay.
No, man, I think I got a better one, brother.
There you go.
We played, I don't know, I still don't know how to pronounce their band name. They're from Canada. I think they're called, it's spelled like diamonds, but with an E instead of an A, so like
it's still pronounced diamonds.
Is that how they pronounce their name?
I believe
Diamond. Okay, because on the front of the cover of one of their albums is like this demon, like death looking dude, and so I was always like, is it demons, but with like a E and a D at the end? But yeah, diamonds. But yeah, that show was just we all played really well, and the place was packed. It was just a ton of fun. Nice. I love the atmosphere of 7th Street because it's so intimate. It's small. It's a small little room.
It's a little room, but they can pack a lot of people.
Yes,
it's deceivingly large.
And the stage is tiny.
The stage is very, very
tiny,
small.
man.
Actually, again, I was in a band in probably 1995. That band up there, Stupid Jerk, and that like summer fall we were doing a round of all the not open mics but the new man nights.
Okay.
So we played the Entry, we played the Fine Line, played the Caboose, we played the Red Sea. It's probably a couple more than I'm missing. But yeah, I remember going in the Entry, and I don't think I'd ever been in the Entry before. I'd seen shows at First Ave Main Room, but I'd never been in the Entry. And I just remember we walked in, and we must have been really early because there was no one there. Like not even a bartender or anything, and we were all thirsty, so it's kind of like, oh, I guess we're just gonna help ourselves. We just got like water or soda or something. We didn't steal any alcohol, but it's kind of like, okay, I like this place.
Yeah. Very make yourself at home.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Funny, man. Another really fun show. We played at this like practice space out in California. This was the second tour I was on with Tiger Blue, and we went out west, and what a fucking disaster that was. But we were playing, it was our show in San Francisco.
Okay.
And God, I think there was probably like, and people were coming in and out sort of, like the crowd was kind of fluctuating. But I can't remember how, I think there was like 4 or 5 bands on the bill too, but there was this tiny, dude, the room was probably the size of this area. I don't know if you guys have been to the Hagelin Hub, but it's very small in this room, and there was probably like 30 people in here, and it was dark, it was hot, and it was fucking loud and awesome. It was, dude, when we'd stop when we'd end a song, the whole place would shake and light up with fucking screaming.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it was, dude, it was loud. It felt like we were playing to like tons of people, but I mean, it was like 30, 34, 40 people.
Well, again,
like, very, very small and intimate and cool.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
No, that's awesome. Man.
That's my second favorite show.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, I haven't. Okay, technically I played one house party, but that was kind of weird.
Oh, house shows are so much fun.
I was in after like 2 bands after Stupid Jerk. I was in a band called Say the Rash. Had to reference a poster. That's bad.
Which one?
That gray one right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Say the Rash.
Say the Rash.
And that's literally the combination of the last names of 2 people that a couple of the guys, like the trailer that we stayed in, his last name was Sather. And then, this is another funny story. So I was in, was that still? What was that band called? The metal of the band that played in at the TAC. Which I think at the time was called Talisman.
Okay.
So, side story. We decided that, okay, we need to play more quote-unquote popular dancey stuff.
Okay.
I mean, it's still metal, but, you're more, probably thinking like some Judas Priest or something. But then because of one guy named Chris Ash, who was our fan, he convinced us not to do that, but to spend the month or so we're going to take off and do a Pantera medley.
Okay, so how'd that
go? Which we constructed, and it actually came out fairly well. I'm actually kind of impressed. I have probably half a recording of it somewhere. But we literally spent a month putting this thing together to play for one person. And I think we only played it on stage once.
Oh.
So instead of learning like half a dozen songs that actually could have benefited us,
sure.
we learned.
How did sucker you into that? How did you get
I have no idea how that decision was made.
Were you part of that, making that decision?
I honestly don't remember.
Okay, well, we all make some mistakes sometimes, dude.
Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. So it was a combination of Sather and Ash. But the guitar player had a friend up in Duluth, and he was like, okay, we're going to go up, and she was graduating from college, and he's like, we're going to play her graduation party. So it's like, okay,
cool.
So yeah, there was a lot more people wandering around the house than they were actually
like watching
us,
it. Yeah, sure.
Which is a little weird, but they're like, whatever. So that was kind of, and the only upshot from that is the next morning we went to Pizza Luce and had their brunch buffet, which was excellent.
Pizza Luce had a buffet?
Yeah. I think it was a buffet. Maybe it was just their brunch. I don't know.
Cool,
but
man.
We had some sort of,
sounds awesome.
Some sort of breakfast type food at Pizza Luce, and it was freaking awesome.
Did they have breakfast pizza? Because that shit is...
I don't think
No? That's kind of...
Again, this was probably 2002, 2003, something like that. So...
Cool, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I got.
Same here, man.
So, okay, we're going to cut this off. And this will be, I'll upload this on Sunday. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but we're going to upload it on Sunday and you won't see it. But do you want to live stream for a little bit?
Live stream?
Yeah. It's up to you, man.
I don't think so.
Okay.
What time is it?
It is like almost 7:30.
7:30? It's almost 7:30?
Yeah, it's like 7:25.
Okay.
That clock should be accurate.
Where are you seeing this clock, man? Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sitting off in the, no man's land. But no, I think I'm going to go into the space, man.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely.
Yes, very much.
Very much. Everybody check out Collin, check out Heel, check out Tiger Blue if they appear again.
Yep. Come chill with Ryan at the Haglin Hub.
We'll talk music. And I don't know where the hell my mouse went.
I think you left it up there by your computer, man.
This is professionalism at its finest. Let me tell you.
Where's my fucking mouse?
Nope. Oh, it's on the floor. So yeah, we'll cut this off and we'll see this on Sunday and we'll talk to you later. So.
Peace.
See you.